last topic today, membership. Membership. Everybody hates that word, membership.
It's like the worst word ever, right?
Best.
It's the worst word ever, and it's also the best word ever. Because without it, my brothers and sisters wouldn't be sitting here next to me, bottom line. Without membership, we're leaving our brothers and sisters behind. When I started as a membership chair, and all of us started out as membership chairs in the district, wanting to achieve 100% for the commander. And I still have hope, because I still got 2 months left. Okay? And whether I accomplish that goal or don't accomplish it for her, I will be disappointed, but I'm going to try to do my best to meet that goal. When we started this, if you're going to be working membership, I'm going to tell you a secret. As commander, I've been post commander for 5 years. For 5 years. And for 2 of those years, it was 2 posts at the same time. That means membership at both those posts at the same time. And one of the things that I said in my first year as Lena's first vice commander, I look at membership a little bit different, because if I don't, you're going to crash and burn. If you look at membership as something that you're doing because it's part of your job, you're going to burn out in a day. If you have to look at membership as something that you do because you love bringing people into the organization, you have to find a way to separate it from just being a job, even though it is, because it will grind you into the ground. Membership is constant. I'm not going to sit up here and sugarcoat it for you. If you're a membership chair, you're a membership chair at the post level, at the district level, and I'm sure at the department level. You don't go a day without something happening that has to do with membership. Period. Somebody's going to be on you about where's the next number. What is the percentage, commander? I get it from Lena every single month. You guys don't hear it, but I get it every single month. You know why? Because she hears it from hers. You know why they do it? Because they hear it from National. This is constant. So if you're going to take on the chore as first vice commander or as part of a membership team, understand your obligation. It's not like other ones. There's not a break. I don't get a break from membership. Even as commander of 2 of those posts, I still get a break once in a while from that. The one thing that doesn't stop is membership. Emails in the middle of the night, phone calls. Me and him are on the phone. I talk to this man more sometimes than I do my wife, and lately I don't like it.
As department membership, just so you know, he's my sounding block when I'm getting sued from National. Okay, Mike's my go-to guy to vent.
So
Remind me to buy you a beer later.
that's one of my guys. He will be membership for next week. Anyways, I look at it as a veteran. My personal story as a veteran. I was lost for a long time until I joined this organization. Somebody found me and brought me in. That's a fact. It's not a story. It's not. That's a fact. I went to a meeting for ham radio by a brother who happened to be a member of a post. And the minute I walked into that post and they found out I was a veteran, they were on me like, you know what? They wanted me in their family. That's how it started. A ham radio meeting that happened to be by somebody who was using that post because he could use the facility for free because he was a member. 5 years post commander, 4 years as a district vice simultaneous. So membership has been part of me the whole time. But you don't need to be afraid of it. That's not, I want you to know how serious it is, but I don't want you to be afraid of it. So, welcome to membership training. Okay? This today is not about how to function, how my Legion of Road functions. This is about what you need to do to prepare yourself as a post to get ready for the folks that are going to be in charge of doing membership for start there. You need to be registered. I don't have to go.
Oh, it's right beside you, look.
So, good. In order to do that, you gotta register an account. You gotta open and register an account in mylegion.org. That's what you gotta do. You gotta do that before you can start using My Legion. Period. Okay? That's the first thing you need to do. When you create this account, this is what's important as coming in the new year. Okay? You have to ensure that your email address is correct. And I don't mean that you think it's correct. It has to be correct with what you are registered in the Legion right now. That is the email they use. At the beginning of every year, myself and Bruce get the biggest amount of emails we get on is, I can't get into my account, I can't get into my account. 90% of the time, it's because the email that they decided to change along the way, they didn't change it in the system, and the system will only recognize the email address of record by national. Period. Period. So when you go in there, especially if you're going to be coming in as a first vice or an officer and you're going to possibly have access to doing membership itself, go to the outgoing adjutant or your membership chair, whoever that is, and say, would you please look me up in the system and tell me what my email address is? So that when you open up your account, they match. If they do not match, you don't exist. Just telling you. You may be able to get access to it, but when the system goes through to give you access to other things other than you personally going in and changing your own information, you're not going to be able to do that. And that gets you back to what Scooty was talking about. And I have one for every post commander in the room. The sheet that I want you all to make sure you think. The minute they go, congratulations, you're the new commander of the post, this is what goes out the next day.
I believe, yeah, we're on to,
Okay?
I believe she.
There's two different officer information reports, but this is the one that's important for membership. This is the one who is reporting who the new commander is and the new adjutant. Okay? They are the only two people at your post that are going to get authorization initially through national. They're going to get that through national. Huh? I'm going to see if I can figure this out. Probably won't.
It must be a Navy thing.
It must be an Navy thing.
It is not a Navy thing.
He didn't show me what he was. Which was forward?
This one.
Down forward? Okay. Okay. Here's another thing we need to understand. That personal account that you create, your personal account is your membership account. Every single post officer who's working on membership and has access to that is working within their personal membership account. The difference is what happens in the account itself. So your personal and post account is the same account. The only difference the member is doing for the work of the post is given authorizations above and beyond his personal accounts. That's the difference. In other words, you have more drop-down menus. You end up with a menu called groups where you can click into it and then it shows you the posts or all the authority that you're going to be given as whatever level you are in that system. So what work do you need to be done? For example, most membership chairs in here, first vice commanders, they'll have access to their post. I'm a district officer. I have my personal, I have my post, and then I have the district. Because I need it in order to do my job. So you're going to get the authorizations based on what you need to do and not need to do. Okay? This is what we're going to talk about. Verify that registration email with your post chairman. Okay? If you register with a different email, it's going to get ugly. It gets ugly really, really fast. Okay? This is important. When Scooby was talking about the difference between what a commander's position is and what an adjutant's position is, in my legion, the adjutant is the priority, not the commander. Let me repeat that. When it comes to getting authorization, the primary at a post is the adjutant, not the commander. As a matter of fact, many times they will give authorization to him, and he has to give it to the commander. Fact of life. I just need you to know that. And he has to give the commander authorization to give authorizations to others. That's just how the chain flows in the system. That's why it is so important that that piece of paper go in at the right time. If that gets messed up, that prevents you from being able to do the work you need to do. That's just a reality. By the way, it's not a bump. It's not like confusion. It was set up that way. It was specifically set up that way. He, i.e., as an adjutant, is in charge of all administrative duties of that post, not the post commander. That's just the way it is. Any questions so far? There's not many slides here.
Actually,
Yeah.
point, because I read this problem before. Like you said about if someone goes into my league and try to set up their email address or they can't get in because it doesn't match, what about people that don't have an email address listed and they won't give you an email address?
Well, that's why you have to get that ahead of time. You got to go in, you got to open an account, and then start an email account. That's what you're verifying. Some folks never have one, and that's fine. But then you know that you're starting from the beginning. The problem that you have is if you get a conflict with 2 emails. If you've never had one, you go in and you're opening it for the first time, that's a totally different ballgame. It's when I had trouble with that. I had trouble with mine because, if you remember, we had a different mylegion.org just a couple of years ago that functioned just a little bit differently. Well, when I first started, of course, I opened my account in my personal email. Then I became a post commander. Wow. Well, what did the post submit when they made me the post commander? They submitted me with the post email address. It took me a couple of weeks to figure out, well, the reason I couldn't get in there is because Commander Post 202 did not exist under Miguel Garcia. I was my personal, so I had to go through. Again, it's not that it can't be fixed, it just causes trouble. So go in and do it ahead of time. So if it's your new one, not a problem. You're starting from scratch. So you're going in to verify so that you do not have that conflict. That's what you're actually doing. Okay. Any other, Bruce?
The only thing is, if you're going to be a commander or an adjutant, you have got to have your My Legion account prior to that form going to the department. Because when Becky goes in there a week after convention to add all that information, if you don't already have a My Legion account, you go off into cyberspace. So that's why it's important to get everybody in your post to do the best they can to have an account.
Okay. Yes.
Okay, so if I'm receiving emails from the Legion, does that mean that my account is?
I would not count on it.
Okay.
What I'm saying to you is go to the membership person, have them look up where you are, and verify. Because I can't answer that question to you because we have so many emails coming from so many different places
Okay.
that I get emails from my post. I have an ALP 37 commander account. I have my 67 that comes from the department. So don't count on it.
Do you have a My Legion account now?
I believe I do.
Do you have a Legion account or a My Legion?
Okay, I'll go there. Give me a second.
Okay.
Exactly. That's where I was going to be going next. Okay? Transition as soon as possible. That means you need to know where you need to go. Legion.org is not mylegion.org. The function of those two websites are different primarily. Now, usually you can find 6,000 ways, and maybe you'll find your way over there, but that's not what you're doing here. MyLegion.org is normally used for joining the post and things like that, gives you information. MyLegion.org gets you into MyLegion.org. That is where your actual account is. So that's what I'm saying. Just verify it. If you think you have an account, great. Go sit down with them, find out, or go home, see if you can access it. If you have trouble accessing it, go find out. Transition as soon as you can. Spend time training with the outgoing membership chairman. You know what you don't want? Here's what you don't want. My first day on the job. I've never used this program before. Anybody know how to use it? You do not want that. Because the first month of membership, I'm going to walk up to you and say, how's your membership going? Not 2 months later. At the very first, if you're in the 5th district, your very first district meeting, I'm going to go to my, hopefully, God willing, membership chair. Where do we stand on membership? And he's going to start getting his headache immediately. Okay, exactly. That we told him a week before, right? Okay. Use the people that are there. Take advantage of the folks that are there. Remember, depending on how long they've been doing it, they're tired. They're ready for a break. They don't want you coming in there every 2 other weeks. I know they're going to say, don't worry, I'll be there for you. What that means is he will be in the canteen, on the ride, and here's what you're going to hear. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Catch me later. Not because he doesn't want to help you or she doesn't want to. We're tired. You get tired. That's why you didn't run again. You want the break. So catch them while they're still there. Get the experience from them. Do a turnover. You should be doing a turnover for every single officer in your post to begin with. That should be part of your transition between the newly elected and your outgoing. You should already be having a transition system in place at your post, turning over the proper documents. Guess what? This should be part of turning over the proper documents. Verifying that all the incoming officers have access to all of the resources they need in order for them to run your post properly. Period. That should be automatic. How many people here are going to be becoming incoming new officers or hope to become incoming officers? Okay. Then you need to start now. You need to start. If you're serious about the job you're going to be filling, you should be asking questions now. Commander Perez is correct. You think you have all the answers coming in? We don't even have the answers, and we're on the way out. Bottom one. You know how many times me and Lena are on the phone going, ugh. We're not going to stand up and, me and Mike had a 2-hour conversation going, what the hell are we going to do about this? No. We do not know everything.
Amen, brother.
I've been trying to tell you that for years.
I feel I know just a little bit more than you, so I'm okay. Commander, am I correct? Do you know everything?
Not at all. Not a chance.
Okay. Every time we go somewhere, we learn. But back to membership, because that's where I'm at. Membership.
31-year Legion member, and I still don't know everything.
Any questions? I don't want to move further about setting up these accounts. That's what I'll spend the whole day with. That's what I want to get to you right now. Because I'm telling you, if you don't have these accounts set up, nothing else in membership is going to matter because you're not going to be able to do it. If you can't do this, all the rest of it doesn't matter because you can't get in to do it. And me and Commander Perez, we have had posts, right, where we've had to run there at the last minute because they haven't been able to do membership for a month because they can't get access because somebody, not because they did something wrong, something went wrong.
Not even a month. Try 3 months.
Right. Yeah.
They don't say anything until it becomes critical, right?
They're embarrassed, and, she goes, hey, Mike, why is, post 37 at 2% 6 months in? And I go, I don't know. Jim, why are we at 2%? And then I'm going right back to my membership guy. And he goes, no, I didn't know how to do this, so I'll wait for you to tell me. If you don't think that happens, it does. I was just at a post, the Northern Area Commander sent me down to a post not long ago. Leanne was aware of what was going on with that. That was exactly what was going on. They didn't know what to do, but they didn't want to say it. We went in, we had a conversation, we fixed the problem, and now they've caught up. Any questions on setting up these accounts? So what's the first thing you have to do in order to start your own account? Register. Right? What's the one thing you must make sure of if you're going to be using your account for doing any work for your post?
Your email address.
That email address. Keep saying that. Email address. Okay? Okay? Me and Bruce have done too many of these. It's not easy. It's not easy. Why is the other reason it's important?
Communication.
Yes, but as far as the process itself, do you know what happens when you start My Legion? Until that first batch goes through?
You're non-existent.
You're non-existent. The longer it takes you to get your system up and going, you don't exist. You don't exist. And then how long does it take for that first one to go through? Well, they say 2 weeks. Within 2 weeks. Okay? It just puts your post behind, it puts you behind, and you don't want to start there. You don't want to start there. As membership, chairman in all different positions in all places, and all of your senior officers who work on this stuff. If you have a problem, pick up the phone and call us. Email us. Yes, 10 o'clock at night, 11 o'clock at night, 1 in the morning. Yeah. Yeah. Yes. At least me. I got a couple guys that I think wait till they get drunk, and then they call me. I'm just convinced that it's part of the joke, and I'm okay with it.
Hey, I'm still sober.
It's okay because they're meeting their goals, and that's all. Go, I'll talk to you 11 o'clock at night. Maybe
May we be excused, Commander?
you may be excused.
Thank you. Sorry, y'all, we got to run.
Have a good ride. Be safe.
You riding for Larry Roberts over there? Run him over.
Procrastination, hey guys, back. Come on. Procrastination is not a good idea when you're dealing with membership issues. They're not. They are not a good thing. The one thing about membership, the problem's not going to go away. If it doesn't get solved, the problem's not going to go away. But more importantly, and this is my last slide, by the way. Membership is so important to me at my post. I'm going to speak to you in my post. I don't care if I get a text, an email, phone call. Unless it's something urgent, I stop and do it right there and then. Can anybody answer why?
We get busy, we forget.
Yeah, because of that. Anything else?
Makes them feel important.
What was that?
Makes that person feel important.
Say it again.
Makes that person feel important.
Absolutely. This person is coming to you to be a member of your post. He wants, or she wants, all the attention. If you put it off, do you know what you're saying to that member of your post?
You don't care.
You don't care. You just want their membership. Train your membership teams. Find a way. You get that member into that system within hours or days. And yes, I understand we're volunteers. But remember something, guys. When you volunteered, you volunteered. You said, I will do this. I will do the job that is required of me to do this.
Amen.
I'm just saying. I'm not calling anybody out. I'm just telling you.
You twisted my arm.
I did not. Okay? That member wants to feel like they're a part of your family. And nothing will make them feel more like they're part of your family than you being able to put a membership card in their hand or a phone call from you, your vice commander, your chair, saying, hey, Lena, you're in the system. You are now a member of Post 37. And you know what? The process? He doesn't need to know. She doesn't need to know. That's your business. He doesn't care how you get it done. They just want to hear, get it done.
It's done.
It's done. Don't ever hang up a phone from somebody doing membership without saying it's completed. You find a way later to fix whatever problem there was, but you get that person into the post. Period. And I'll tell you how often it happens. I got an email just yesterday. We're getting ready to do a ride tomorrow, Commander. For Post 37, our new riders group, we're getting ready to go. We had a member that came to the installation. He is a member. He texted, hey, I'm not sure if I'm an ALR member yet. The commander, not the ALR, responded to that group text and said, you will be in the next hour. And then picked up the phone, contacted our ALR guy and said, get it done. Get it done. That's how membership has to be looked at. You're bringing in members, it's about them, it's not about you. It's not. My post is running behind this year. Doesn't matter. That doesn't mean I'm going to quit on it. I'm going to keep pushing. That's how it works. I want every member of the armed forces who ever served a day that qualifies to be a member of the American Legion. Period. So if you're going to be in the membership, we're available to you at all times. You've got people here with more experience doing membership. Bob Brewster. That guy was a walking, talking membership when he wasn't a talking, walking membership. Everywhere he went. Stores, restaurants.
Yep.
Hey, you a veteran? Right, Bob? Here's a membership. Here's a registration. Here's my card. Whatever it was. Yes, sir.
Signed up one at the National Convention.
There you go.
Just walking down the street.
Walking down the street.
She was signing people up at the Department of Rhetorical that showed up.
Yep.
There you go. Okay.
Hey guys, everybody here, I'm at a district meeting, Commander, yeah? I assume that probably everybody here is a member of the Legion in one fashion or another, right?
Well, what's the Legion?
Why do I have cards in my pocket? They're not for you. I don't leave the house with, my wife laughs at me, really? Really? We're going to upper ice cream, you're carrying it? Yeah, because there's somebody standing in the line, and I don't bother for membership. I'll walk up and I go, thank you for your service, and I hand them my card, and then I step back, the guy reads it, and he goes, oh, you command? Oh, cool. Oh, yeah, where did you serve? And then all of a sudden, he gives me the opportunity. Or I get a phone call 3 days later. Hey, I see you at the ice cream thing with your beautiful little daughter, Violet, so cute. You know, what? I don't care. I'll use my dog, my daughter, my kid. So, this is all I got for you guys, as far as membership goes. We were going to do some online stuff, but we don't have access, unfortunately, Commander, so the second part can't be done.
That's okay. But we all know we've got Garcia's information. We've got Bruce Thurber's information.
My cards are back there.
His cards are back there. Membership is key. I made a comment earlier, and I just want to clarify the comment that I made. Membership. That's a bad word, right? Listen to what I'm saying. I have been at national, and I have been told that how many letters are in membership? That is, it gives people a bad taste in their mouth, because that's all they hear is membership, 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 membership. I'm gonna tell you why. Membership is our lifeblood of the American Legion, and if we don't do it, and we don't take care of our brothers and sisters, and guess what? Our organization will go away quicker than we know. Okay? So, people need to get over the fact that membership has a stigma behind it, because we harass you over your membership numbers. We care about the organization.
Just get this shirt makes you the most hated person in the world. But one thing too, I have a Facebook page out there that's for membership, okay? That Facebook page is gonna transition to the person next year. It's where we put information. The minute we get it, we put it there. Okay? So put that in there.
Okay, so really quick in close, okay,
I was just gonna say, I was talking to a person not too long ago about membership, and you're right, the word kind of scared them, but then I asked him, I bet you your wallet, this one guy, you have like me, BJ's, Costco, and a Sam's card, that's a membership card. So I also have my American Legion card.
hey, that's awesome, I love that. Denny,
Get his passport
I just
card.
wonder how many posts in here performs an initiation ceremony for their new members? I know for a fact that my post does not. We've talked about it. I think we should. Personal experience was I joined the Moose Club years and years and years ago. I said, okay, so what do I have to do to get my card, be a member? They said, you must pay your dues, and then when you show up at the next meeting, you will be initiated, and we will give you your card. And that did a couple of things. For one, I'm now in the attending the monthly meeting mode, but also it was ingrained upon me that you need to show up to the meeting to be a part of this organization. And I think that we as Legionnaires fail to do that. There's a long initiation procedure and there's a short one in your officer's guide.
getting back to the basics is what I'm hearing you say.
Yeah, and I concur with him because the VFW, they do the same thing. Some with the VFW as well, and they're junior vice, and we do that every month, bring new people on, initiate it. They feel so good about that too.
I'm a member of the Elks, and it was an entire ceremony just for us.
And to bounce off what they're saying, a part of the Moose Lodge, it was really an eye-opener just to go through that installation ceremony, and it makes you feel part of it.
Yeah, right.
Absolutely. It does, and the VFW as well.
I agree with you. And so I need all the posts that are here, take it back to your posts, make it happen. See what it does, right? Okay, so we're gonna close really quick, but I have one last thing. I read the sign-in sheet. I could not make out half of your writing, by the way. So I'm gonna make it really easy. What we're gonna end up doing is, I am going to get these PowerPoints. I'm gonna get the notes. We're gonna post them on the Fifth District website, okay? Under resources, we're gonna make a resource tab. We're gonna post them there so you guys can go and access these PowerPoints, okay? Any quick questions or comments? Because I know we all have places to be.
What address do we go to get that?
If you Google American Legion Fifth District, it's gonna populate.
Okay.
It's AL Fifth. Yeah, but it,
FifthDistrictFlorida.org. Just Google FifthDistrictFlorida.org and it'll come up.
Thank you for putting on the training.
so.
Thank you for putting on the training.
Thank you all. Listen, I want to thank all of you for coming and taking time out of your day to do this. It's important that we keep ourselves moving forward, and part of that is sharing time together and learning from each other. I learn as much from you guys at these trainings as I hope that you learn from the folks that we're presenting. And for the folks that did present, thank you so much. I really did. You did a wonderful job today. So with that, Sergeant at Arms, please recover the field. So we meet again. Let us remember that our obligation to our country can be fulfilled only by the faithful performance of all duties of citizenship. Let service to the community, state, and nation be ever a main objective of the American Legion and its members. Let us be ever watchful of the honor of our country, our organization, and ourselves, that nothing shall swerve us from the path of justice, freedom, and democracy. Our nation's colors in place, and salute. 2. I now declare this training session of the 5th District Department of Florida adjourned.